Omande shema mu nyina ha UTV esuni omamu nsem ne amahodo so dia wasemu po aso so eno ene na awia mede esomo kase bokwan so ye kai mu sakase efri ship house abeka junction this way chocolate drink you here eyenso share and a special drinks and specialized mineral water and a eboye chidom ensem ni bia mbete kase mu ene se eyade awura good luck Jonathan kane Nigeria mampanyin e de atudwa se wo man Ghana yemugidie se afia bato no ebeye asomdwe yeko ensem fufuro mu so a ababeto eja esempanyufo a wono mo ekon editia LGBTQ+ no wo mo ama Chief Justice enefuwa bi sese wantu anamon a wo mo eso ewode obeye yebeboshi na yakwa kopie mu ewo Yeru Kofi Akpalu na boboa no na ensem ode ato Ghana fo animu de oba obeye ede aboa emabuna eni adwumaye ewo man Ghana mu no yebekwa akotie na no di sem ewo kase boyi emu wie na ebusuafo na yekai mo se ensem ahodoi ene de ebrosa ene yede ebesom mo mi amidi kase ho chia me awie medinde amma sapon kumankuma tesi afi yentinsi ensem no emu Chairperson ya wada Parliamentary Select Committee ya womo enehwe Environment Science and Technology ano owura Dr. Emmanuel Mafo ede atu edwase ewiemu nsakraye yi a edin sunsu asobone eba haye no wosasa abre na mabunu so epa akonya wom edi bibi sonko ba se ekoba ne se ewiemu sakra eno so betumi abegina entemo na so ano
se eba climate change yumedia na climate change honsam a ye ka no ewom se climate change no de how bebre ebre ewiase de nanso no sanso de akwanya abre ewiase wo niema kwan foforo sese ehwe ne ye niema ne nyina ne se fango a over the years ye depending on bepem ne no en ewiase nyina ye adwen se wiase no wiemu hye anase the effect of climate change do ye betumi adi ho dwuma a agese ye fi fango dwumadi enim na fe ye pe kwan foforo a ye betumi enya anyina mahoden anase ye betumi adi anyina ho dwumadi bebi awiase kono a kwan ba ko amai bebre ebe faso enya sika atimi dia di dwumadi I implement programs climate programs de ye friend climate finance and as sika hu nhyehyeye a ye de bo climate change no ho bra we are see na ye di sika bebre eba mu so hwe MPP manifesto na e kan e pefe kire se MPP ba ban mu a na se Dr. Baumia ye o my penia kwan ba ko a ye be fa so se sa opportunities ana akwanya e wo ho say green finance and climate finance ye bedi hu dwumadi no ye be hyemu kena
said ye munim no ewi mu asesa afi ye hwe ye kra ye mamu ha ye nsu a eto ene bra ye kuafo nyina ni se nsu to ni nyina no asesa nche kra na ehu se ye Ministry of Agriculture kra ba bontin be kan se said ye ensuo no ne ehwe ni mu ha amarinti ama ekuafo bebre wo no ma ni nyina ewu ehye ensuo na nto ebra na esese to nti e ka na abafie we ya de a abeye ensem na ho efi se eye afrase ye hia se ya e wo so menya University of Sustainable Development ema ye ne mabunu no sa hia ye empanifo no be kan ye ho eboae etete mabunu ma o mu nchirechiremu ade a climate change kura no eye omanya edi omen esa so hwe opportunities kakra wo mu a ye mabunu betimi do mo awuram no manya bie ni nyina ho hia se ya mo mu nchirechire bra no a anhwa na koye kasa keke na mabunu nti ase o mu ti ase kro mu ni mu akade a o mu di tu anamo
so for be de achie ya wo hwe adwadie ni mfiri nwuma so monyamfo Michael Ochebefi so ache ekwan a aban enam so a wode boa enwuma kase ene adantam wo mamu
MSME for the ye ne grand signing and yet different from the year that the same thing, but we a grand finale. The year near the area fee. You say a baby account, but my point is say we know a captain baby brave and nipa 207 on 28 million. And just some to akra a bomba safui omojuma omoyono etumpon na kosoro. And to be say on was some near some more sector we muno. And na make you say a buying tensions no so. I buy say on Santa Hobio was answered another program by a friend SME Go, SME Growth and Opportunity Fund. And also I buy the 8.2 billion. I told say Yerba I'm be feed you maseno, your support, especially those businesses on person transition, feed small business, a big business. I buy so loans, very small interest rates and a low interest rate. And now, also support to be through grants. The Ghana Enterprise Agency for Elbema. Indeed, a buy intention, SMU, a strong kokra. Ye penny a buyer in the history of Ghana. Ye penny a buyer, ya buy intentionally. You see a support to MSMEs. Omo wasa sector, Amo Juma Akosuru. Indeed, a buy way a buy pa. I was a Ghana for boy abaso, near Sanya, Akunya Twaso. Near the MSMEs.
Ghana Economic Transformation Project. A banshi share yebia, ye de boy juma ye for mabunu, ye de boy persons with disabilities, ye de boy businesses. I was saying nine to mabunu so ye supporting them persons with disability. If your businesses come on register, see a year program, see a near you me film. And so I buy way inclusive government. Into muna ye do mo buy any album. See I make us say and didn't see ne do buy. Ya titi omumu bebre ya momu nimdie ne ncheche ye beboa omedwuma na kwa enim ye njo omo honko a ye se o se edisi council share bi modie musa na omo so medwuma na tumi ayeden akonenim na aye kese nti enda ye ba ya ye di 28.3 million Ghana cedis e share businesses over 200 mu na no so ejina na etumpon e wo Ghana ha se businesses here across the entire nation e bi free Savannah e bi free Ashanti e bi free Greater Accra Eastern Northern omu na be share ende aye momo sika omde be show medwuma ya momo ntiti ya ba
Ghana Health Service ene na hopamfo aka wonchapam ho ese sanfie num hyehyeye bia wo kyese eye vaccine sonko anyade a yensan yade a ye de vaccine na ekono yenya ye beye bi ne de aso yade na no na ye ma no emetwimfa yeso
vaccines. Similarly in Ghana, diseases such as measles, polio, whooping cough, tetanus and yellow fever previously claimed the lives of children in alarming proportions and left others with permanent disability. We need to look back in history to understand the devastation caused by vaccine-preventable diseases, so we can understand and appreciate how far we have come. Poliomyelitis, once a feared cause of paralysis and death, has been reduced by over 99% worldwide. Dr. Chair, the fight is far from over. In recent years, the world, including Ghana, has witnessed outbreak of new public health security threats, such as COVID-19, Mpox, and Marburg, a resurgence of diseases that were once under control. Measles outbreaks, for example, have appeared in regions where vaccination rates have fallen, which is a clear reminder that if we become complacent, we open the door to new outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases. When these outbreaks occur, valuable time is spent engaging stakeholders to develop plans and mobilize resources to support campaigns, interrupting several planned public health activities, including routine immunization activities. Having a national plan with standardized operating procedures already developed could shorten response time and mitigate disease spread. The mass vaccination plan we are launching today is therefore a welcome step to ensure that we are more prepared for potential vaccine-preventable disease outbreaks.
COVID yɛkyerɛ nneɛma bebree yɛkyerɛ sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛdi kan koraa no ɛka sɛ ɔkɔto sɛ obi abɔdwe sɛ ahyia sɛ nsuo si wo deɛ ho nti COVID yɛbɛkyerɛ ho sɛ baa ne fae no mum ayɛ sɛ obi ani nna nti sɛ ni aboaboa yɛ ho yɛnka sɛ yare mmra nanso yɛnim sɛ yare deɛ ɛbɛba ne wɔ berɛ a wommoa wo ho no yare ba a ɛtumi ɛma ankɔfoɔ dodoɔ no ahwere wɔn nkwa na mmom woboa ho deɛ a na also ano ntamo a se nipa kra se bi behwe mo nko a ennoso enka se obi wu de nanso yare etumi tie bab empofiri mu na basa na nam se yankasa ya hihye ana ya boa ho dadantin na ma yare no emfa ye no mu.
UTV yani Owura Kofi Akpalo ekotwetwe nkomo bisa ne nisuade hunu wo kyerɛ sɛ wo ba obegu galamsey no ama mabu no adwumae
na me adum na me president a galamsey no eto bitwa kyerɛ sɛ de memba bɛyɛ ne sɛ ɔmomma me galamsey ni nyinaa no me register wo mu nyinaa na maka ɔma bom ti nipa dodo a ɔmo yɛ sɛ adwuma na mo de obi asika aba na ɔmo de afɔm company na yɛ sɛ ɔmo de atɔ shares ɛwɔ company nim ɛna ɔmo so ɔmo yɛ small scale mining no ɔmo so amema maka ɔmo ho nyinaa bom enti ska ɔmo so be raise ɔmo so de afɔm one big company enti ebenya two large scale companies ɛwɔ Ghana ɔmo ba two mines no so de mɛkyɛ no ante basa na obi asika wo mbi enti sa company na be yɛ adwuma fa so be ba no ma yɛ de na ɔmo akyɛ ɛma obi aso nya kwan so ɔkɔ nwura mu na sɛ nsum akɔkɔyɛ adebɔni bia wɔ hɔ me ma yɛ 6 me won krani na wa abrochire ɛhɔ no me bosum bia etua nkola ne ka enti me so me president am se me sa de magana fomba akola bia bosom so ma na 5 million 500 enti sɛ o ma yɛ enan a obenya 2000 o ma yɛ enuma obenya 2005 o ma yɛ nsia obenya 3000 na yɛ sɛ bosum bia nti wo yɛ nurse ni na o ji pay na wasan agye o ma ne sika de aka ho sɛ bia obetumi ahwɛ nkora na ma wo so ho yɛ de ahen ha yɛ ba ebe ma poultry farmers sika so mo ngine mo fa nyen kokɔ no mo enti etwa $500 million aye de be ma poultry farmers na omodi aye nkokɔ no sɛ bia nkofa ko funu bia ma kuroma bim ɛna afi so ɛmo aye di yɛni abedua ya de wɔ ha ya ti yɛ bɛ hyɛ akuafo na chi yɛ mo mo bosia na mo adwuma mo yɛ na timi aye ɛna entade na yɛ hyɛ no ɛno so yɛ nkokra ma bim yɛ sika be wuram na ya pam entade no wɔ ha empaboa bibia adwuma bɛba wo adwuma de bɛba na yɛ bɛ set $10 billion job fund. So 10 billion the way a young person will be school. Now so start your own business. You ma bosia. Skabia wo here bia beje. Fa your business. Ne tua na kakra.
Yebohia kopiemo ewo cybersecurity empanifo wono atena ye na Owura Stephen Kujo e de ato edwase eho ebehia se yapomuden eho ensem soso eba no abefo ntentan fidie no a wo mo eye adwuma yire wo famu de se de be ya obetumi aso ano sanse enei eyade anipa dodo no a enam abefo kwa so eto nro ekire nro ema yade anu adura ensem fata ya ni nyina yade ha adwen ede ma yese oman
Wɔkyerɛ sɛ uyi sika krabea ahodoɔ eni nnwumakuo ahodoɔ bi omhwɛ ɔman ne sikasɛm so telecommunication na nnwumakuo ahodoɔ no ɛto nkyɛn a oba yɛn healthcare ana yaresabea ahodoɔ na wɔn de internet kwan so bambo a wɔn hia yɛ friend sɛ cybersecurity no ɛwɔ fam pa ɛno nso nti ɛwɔ sensakyerɛ bi etimi ɛbɛ mu Owura Kujo Seshi ɛde nsɛm kotu dwa ɛwɔ Konfanochi Teaching Hospital ɛbra na wɔn yɛ cybersecurity awareness week a ɛno nti na symposium ana The
CSA conducts proactive vulnerability scans of critical infrastructure entities in the country, among which is the health sector. In the last 18 months, we assessed about 15 entities made up of 8 public hospitals, 3 private hospitals, and 4 medical labs, and we picked up interesting insights. There were 6 instances of critical security vulnerabilities. We found systems that had no password encryption, meaning if someone says a password is available, it can be picked up and misused. Outdated software, which means it can be easily exploited. Distributed denial of service. Misconfiguration of our websites or web service, such that someone can go through and access our internal systems. The cybersecurity maturity level in the health sector is considered to be generally low and needs to be enhanced significantly. Undeniably, for us to effectively address the challenges confronting us, there must be strong collaboration among healthcare providers, sector regulators, the cybersecurity ecosystem which is regulated by the CSA, other policymakers, and the public.
Professor Ochre Ademensan CEO at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital and so the say and a tuja.
More and more of our daily lives are being managed and controlled through interconnected digital systems. Our reliance on digital tools and platforms has transformed how care is delivered, how patient information is managed, and how we engage with one another. All our health, financial, demographic, and other vital information are continuously being stored, managed, and retrieved electronically, for which reason no effort should be spared in securing them. It is in acknowledgement of this that the choice of securing health data in the age of misinformation, as healthcare professionals, we have a sacred responsibility to protect our patients' data, and they deserve the assurance that their data is secure and their privacy respected.
Otumfo hihine nana professor ohine babuachi ejenwu ahina otoso mienu enso de say na tudwa.
We are currently acutely aware of the dual challenges we face, the increasing complexity of securing confidential data and the relentless breach and spread of misinformation. In our interconnected world, these challenges have become more pressing than ever, especially in the realm of healthcare, where confidentiality and trust are paramount. I encourage you to focus on certain key areas: examining cybersecurity threats to your organization, sharing knowledge and best practices to mitigate cybersecurity threats across the organization, develop and implement cybersecurity compliance programs, prioritize actions and investments to promote improved cybersecurity within your organizations.
Onimonyamfo Sam George ene na ho pamfo a eka ne ho ya wonom sority asabi akumpanyufo sabi krontomonimu a entrumu ene fa hyehyefa wo agoro a enei enipa bi pese wagitumu no ebra ma hyebeafo kunchire emra no ye February bosumi mu wa afi mu kodama mpanyina nimu a yentimi mponkonkoduru ho na wose wo hye Chief Justice ene Attorney General na watwemienu omu mfrem putumpuru nhia mu na yentena asam no so ne ehu ne nu agubre na ntimi nkoba se ade a omamu nyina se yechi no yesi yatwe asensan yenim da yebesan afra asam no na yeji na atomu a anase ne sen
February bosume no ni de toso aduonu enwotwe ewo afiwese mu ena Ghana mrahibedwafo age mra etumu se gay, lesbian, transgender ne wona keka ho no yempe bi ehu ape etie ewo Ghana ha na ehu akwakohia se omampanyi akufado de ne nsa behyasie enu na asem no ekọ a akwakoye boachi bidin ene nipakuo bi te se asofo mrahibedwafo ahemfo ene wona omuka biewom ani abrepa ese ebeya anka omampanyi na adodanko akufu ado otemuafo panyini ene abalo ya panyini wamu enhwe na emra no yenhwe entie ne yenjintum na emo Ghana fo nyada ho ban onimonyamfo Sam George eye mrahibedwani woningo prampram wose eho akwakohia sempenifo ye ne ntem ne agimra ne tumefise echa na ejuntinei omo aye ho ye kire.
We refer to the Supreme Court ruling on Wednesday 17th July where a 5-member panel deferred ruling on 2 cases brought before it, and where you, the Chief Justice, stated that you will incorporate your ruling on these cases into your final judgment. In your statement, the Supreme Court made reference to having, and I quote, an early trial, assuring us that it will work expeditiously to hear and rule on these matters in a timely manner. Unfortunately, over 10 weeks later, there is no indication of any schedule or actions to execute an early trial that will protect our rights as citizens to timely and efficient justice delivery in this instance. Without speedy scheduling of the hearings, further time will be lost, potentially preventing the conclusion of the bill this year and further risking 3 years of time and resource investments in this draft bill and precipitating the need for more time and investments if this bill is to see the light of day. This will result in significant financial cost to all stakeholders, including the citizen and state. To please, and we plead, schedule hearings for the two aforementioned cases immediately as a matter of urgency within the next 2 weeks, so that the cases can be determined. Stating the position of the Supreme Court on LGBTQI and homosexuality in August this year, we plead that the Chief Justice, a mother, a Christian, a preacher of the gospel, we hope that the Chief Justice will act expeditiously.
Never send yes Obani Bema and Koda Obana Eyachiwadia every Satamadi we buy what your memoir what is open for aqua water no one money and tibida as when Sadi we buy appeal for a woman as then your SCA and you make a CSC your memoir.
The mighty God is on our side. He bent Sodom and Gomorrah because of this. When we call upon his name, things will happen. Look, one Bonibia is a 4G, Nyame or soldier from heaven. Uti Bonibisa. It was this one.
Amamu Penifobi, Mom Epese, Omuchinchi Mami show, say a Pese influence Mami or Quine Biswa through the Attorney General. Na Yama Billy, Ma who the light of day. Yes, Rano, or your bad time, or yeah. About time say or sumuni ye nimsa or some with ICGC na ninya misru away enunti omomode na onya na sede ye kan say omu amaye de but ono de onya ne wo so ye na ntentem yi ano bill no yan transmitting come ma peni.
Human rights lawyer Ora Charles Owusu so dia to just say one ma ye galamsey ehun momome na wate ohungu montre so say yensi ano kwan no woni hwitia wo ne mum se de ye de ye amanyosem no enu ne ye ne hu sanse won de Sierra Leone ekun esi ho no wode nani krochwa wi se ehun bi.
Those of them who are going on the strikes and the walks and the demonstrations, this is not the time. They must have a sense of occasion. Already, there's so much tension in this country already now. Everybody should take their time. When we select our new president, he has 4 years to deal with this galamsey thing. The current president has only got about 2 months to leave. Galamsey has been on for years. You think this 2 months is going to make any difference? It won't make any difference, but people are trying to use it for their political benefit, to the detriment of our country. And I think it must stop. 2 months is not any long time. Let us select, let people have the peace of mind based upon their benefits or their disbenefit, their dislike and the rest of it, to go and vote for who they want to vote for. When we get our new government in place, then we can now come together. Somebody is sitting in some town somewhere. He knows where the galamsey is going on. You sit in Accra and say it's galamsey. What do you know? You only see the effects of galamsey in the rivers, but you don't know where it is happening. So if we are going to stop it, it is a decision of the citizens of this country, the police force, and the rest of them to come together to stop it. The hypocrisy and the rest of it is too much. Now, the tension that has come into this country has made the police be overstretched. The security apparatus have been overstretched. It's a matter of national security. For me, I've seen some before. I've seen it in Liberia. I've seen it in Sierra Leone. I've seen it in Rwanda, or name it. This is how it starts. Politics. By the time you realize there's a civil war, by the time you realize women and children are being shipped to other countries, you saw what happened.
Yako ensam fufro emu na sadi akwanhia ehonsam eye agent ha ewa afi mu no National Road Safety Authority mpanyufo ye wa santemantemu ai enhyentete ye dwumadie amadraba Ora kwesi ajeni mboaten oba asante mantem ha wono ena ye pani yoda National Road Safety Authority no ano wase nansen sane ka akwanhia sia ma ne homne so wo Ghana ha ne asante mantem ha no ha adwen pa eno suntina na hwe no aye ne se wo mo eba baye ntete adwumadie ade ama driver fo sane be ya ka akwanhia ebetimi abafom ensami wode tudwa wa bra National Road Safety Authority wo mo ne wo maboafo di kasobom eye nkyereke adwumadie no mosan ya apomdin hwehwemu edema driver for ye wa sante mantam ha eno oto aso akiremu se enhyehyeye anahwe no ede aba no sisi ano sa wo driver ni na won share transport union bi ase a ye ma ho kwan ma wontwi ka e wo Ghana afa na baabia wo mpese wo ye sa tane e be yo mbehu adrafo dodo ye wo Ghana ha no matimi agina so identity adwumadie di amomo se na be ya wo betimi atwi ka no kwampa so na akwanhia betimi abafom wo mo de kokobọ koma ahyenkafo hina se enche na bronya no eba nti omu twika na omomo mani ena ho
atno ebe shemu pina ema government say they regulatory road transportation now by next year no ya shisha no ma bebre bibi to say only union to be operating road transport in Ghana. And I think so no eventually no you see commercial drivers on in Ghana do hold on but the exact figures no. Now the best share mandatory training every year biano we mandatory training and sana work for licensing authority no na license the best appreciation so and I share for that case the board ma why man check why man no 30 years and above if you are of pension or family gym sena na sitna krate di pano say bi o ma o we kusin o be show government dey train sanoma we nyina mo tina road safety authority no as time goes on they just say nyina beto
eno echenu adrafo bi enya asantete adwumadie so mfaso nso ene UTV kase etwetwe nkomo sei
ana me ba ni exercise ma no say enye ma say da no awu tina because exercise kakra bi asaba travel work say the osha no safety for paying for some of the stations now I don't have one.
Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempede atu ejase sawhwe NPP modemo ewo man Ghana mu a aban bie ni ho a obetumi de ne ho atoto NPP.
Muntie me asida kese na mede ma bai ye di kai yesa kwaman senior high school no mo abomode papa adai ni bibia sese eye school bia ne wo Prempede college no enu bi na wa yi ebire bi ba ne susai pa buafa so a ye kuro yi ese no moda wo ma ye fe ho kodadwen me no ko sesi a mo aberi nyina kama
and Robert Ghana ha o three minutes ago say president na me koi e ba be yi adwuma e ba adwuma no why dey abafa so and that MP o tui say no nya we be MP utukoyo obi yesga o ba say di momo momo ti o ti rai dey and abai bi na be buy president vice president be this share buy e ba Ghana e do digitalization and na is all a picture which you took off your ever Ghana. Over here, President, and Chakrawa Ghana, what the NIA can be took off free. I call you.
Oduno Yakesia Obama. What a young man is having. Because I am on Payama and I'm on Payama MPP. 7 years, give it to me. Asaba, they are that's why you my pastor. And I remember for say, my baby. Now, you're about me, or the incoming vice president. You need said, when the national parliament, who will give you one of them himself, but inshallah, a better so
Onimonyamfo Collins Dauda e de kokobon sam ama NPP se wo ka kire omu prenye premfa se wo mu meye se abato obre no wo mbehunhuna wo mbehunhuna obi ana obi be popo nani e de akire obi a omu nsoso de omu sabe go mochi
kan majire kutami ai manu je hu amadu ma ho ba sai na madano jama udi agro papa kini spiton Ezuzu Romoso Mokima kuma ntunu yam Mwa manfo mokima kuma ntunu yam Mwa nkranko mokima kuma ntunu yam Na bama bia ni baby obetima keka no December we are bema pa for this happen na wa you say December 7 Oba kwa ye basa o baby I'm afraid you. The daddy pan for the Havana. We don't know what before. You heard your Bia, near to Soba. Now, what you saw the sister never bet you calling God and someone there. But that's what, dear. Anything, we will refuse. Now, 24-hour economy once I want to if you move for. We will refuse. na mo ka Women Development Bank mwasem mo wura fiem na mo ka school fees and this abaya say oba o school from grade first year mo wura fiem na mo church yense mo nche o manfo obi bia obeba o hono ma be ka church obefo aduma no ka che ni regional women organizer say awu apanya awu di fe aduma ebre no ne wa ba na tetu so nti family say eyedu bibia wadi kwa be kuna wa ha abusafo ye se di all fruit dia pa no na ye pia no ebra ye rajon dramani mahama and this ne wa ba mu no ye ra calling down the nya apanya no o di DVL mo amu di dan mo sakra bi wa ye bi wonu de ti awa maye onu se to ma obi ne se wunya sika who was certificate out to our battery sorry o pa ye mo ni se bi onu ye ba be bo se enu to on pati ane ni be ye pentu amaye nipa we ye nipa ye ma ni be di
afi sa obeto aba atoma amanyoku a enisuade hunu ekura no se obeboa mampuntu akonkan wei ye nana akwasi denchi ajekum ya wo ye parliamentary candidate ewo subin dema NDC amanyoku na ekase akwasi denchi ajekum wono eneye NDC parliamentary candidate yo wosubin wose omaimu ayedin papa bibia boa yedin enipa kuma bi na niema pa oba de adomoman no munya so mfaso eno na wasetre Ghana fo abrehina se afi e wo so omoto aba mamanyoku adwu omanfo no ho ebeboa mo dada setinemu etimi akoye ede ama wo mo ensemi wodi tudwa wabra NDC amanyoku no nkrabata ye wosubin abato mpeswa so eye apomde na omusan fa so epa omu campaign ho ntoma e wasante mantam ha eno no to aso ekyemu se NDC amayokuo no nko ane amayoku a se omo baba mu omo boade nhyehyɛ pa ba ye mpuntudwuma na eboa mo manfo dada sitinemu no etimi ekoyie eno sunti na wasre omanfo hina se wo monto aba ema mampani dada John Dramani Mahama na omonto aba ema wono ononyamfo nana akwasi denchi ajekum se na be ya wo betimi aye mrahye badwani e wo subin na wode mpuntudwuma abre wo manfo no
ene ye yedi fosu ya ma mi musu enkole subi e college na se subi college dia afi dia ayeye enya ntokwa enya 1 million ways a ye be win election enya metu makao enya etuoke eye promote power onu awoto abama no awoso di puto ebre wa brabo hwe wa brabo etu abapa hwe policies a egbebo wa brabo Nigerians never to aba Mr. Subimai, Asantamai, and this in Kunimde, I Asantamai Koso, and this in Kunimde, I Subimai Peja, yes, Kunamia, Asantama, Asambia Moka, or say, you're there, the bro, Mamma Monia, Papa John Dramani Mahama, bro, and the Papa is Babramo, Abamama, Bra,
eno achire no mrahye badwani yo wo asanwase abato mpeswa so ononyamfo Mubarak Mohammed Muntaka nso esre party mahina se ebra so na yekoto aba so mokọ polling center hono mkoto aba ne wi ama obi ankofie oto aba wi a twen kopem se ye bebobo aba ne hina ne akenkan ne hu de obedi nkunim ansa na wafri ho
Yes, I'm going to have what will fear and Jesus will fear for Obia Betuna Baby or Mutuia. So, yes, you're making kind presidential, parliamentary, even in our baby. And yeah, the higher can see a power and say, over police station. You see, you're kind. Every now we need nobody's on no more, nobody have presidential vote. Who tell you when you are? Mama says that it's no so good now on the phone. Yeah, but who I want to say on the phone. I feel as about to say the guys in the presidential election 50% plus 1. And in the summer, Mama, my entire police station, Emma, police. Yeah, inshallah. Yeah, it's Excellency John Dramani Mahama. What is it?
Buno mantam panyimfo ya eye NPP amanyoko emma eso de ato edwa se akonwa hodo afiri omonsa e wo mantam ni mu no afi wo mbagye ni nyina
abattoɔ yɛaka mmɔfra bɛyɛ 70 na 71 saa bɛpate ne boaboa no ama abattoɔ no a yɛba from 2024 ne bota yi si ɛde so sɛ bɛsi de in fact ɛne largely Ghana baabi a makɔ biara ne nkɔmmɔdi a madu aporo a mabɔ nyinaa na kyɛ sɛ ɛde da manyɛ ko bibidi ntam ɛbɛ bi a wɔatwam na ɛde aka de kuta dada anabɔyɛ de aba bɛyɛ red white and blue
Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe ede atu edwa Asante Mampon ese kani mampanyi John Dramani Mahama enya de a wotimi bo mantamba kokra ede ma wono ane ne nkofo na nkantom enei wabegina baabi ato ayampia
Ose kana na yiripa dey baako won say MP Kasano o sik kroma Muslimi for the Christo for the nananu munya maneda we see your pen kabum on pels asumdwe on pen puntu beboa so pen puntu a opa asumdwe open kabum enti do baka ko chise ba bi say motu ababa me a me ba mama reaching about to far reaching who reaching the ye chise for puntu beboa nipa ko bu tie na bakosam goja for up reaching 40 years go to the president. Oh, you're ready to go. Oh, boy, chimney, anybody president. And also, can also chim, and what chim, boy. And yeah, OPB be new OPO. OPB be new your head. McCall Tepa, Chief Member Kasai. OPO D 100 years. Or call Roma and show them say Mompire man. Yes, in National Cathedral, or call Donity Smith. Or J. Mike, catch us at your mama, or money cassa on your day, and tea. Now said, Chief Imam Sama Casa Honti. Now you must have me, now so do cocoa with your car. Hey,
the Timothy Graham said, we need that. Everyone will be one at the beginning. CCRD, who are Ghana Constitutional, or they have the Vice President. So, of our own party media. This is one more that. So, we have one. A future indicator, it is a new actually. Or one Ghana, a caveat to Ghana. So, Oshia University. And I bring up that you are wearing 23 per day. Oshia.
MPP by ye, and in Mampo, and in ye, papa. Abambia ni honumwa abagana mayimu from Kwame Nkrumah pension. Now no Dr. Napoko Kaya Grofobisi Wamonte, Midday Missisudia, Messisudia, Missisubia, a free Dr. Kwame Nkrumah pension. Everton ne, Abambia ni one Mampo for Dini, FPP about we see.
West Africa hampanyimfo a yeto aba ya awomo ehwe so no emu ani ntrebia bepiemu ewon krahani isi mpanyimfo akodi enkom.
Interact with the West Africa Elections Observers Network and the West Africa Democracy Network as well. So they've been two groups that we've interacted with and we've had very useful engagements with them. As you may be aware, most of them are stakeholders in elections in their respective countries. And so we've had, Ghana represented, Sierra Leone represented, Liberia represented, Nigeria represented, Senegal represented, Gambia represented, to name a few. And all of them around the table have had experience where elections and multi-party democracy is concerned. And so they also bring to the table their rich experience. And so whilst we have shared with them our preparations and our preparedness for the elections in come December 2020, they have also shared with us some of their ideas, some of the experiences, some of the best practices from their own country. So it's been a very useful engagement this afternoon. There have been lessons learned, best practices shared.
As far as our mission is concerned, is the commission is open for discussion. The commission was able to respond to all the questions that we asked, all the concerns that we've had. Mind you, the Commission is not the only stakeholder we've engaged as far as this process is concerned. We came on this mission as West Africa Election Observers Network and the West Africa Democracy Solidarity Network to find out what the preparedness is and what are the key issues that are concerns for various stakeholders. And so we will be around on to the 10th, and on the 10th we'll be having the press, the media, so that at that time we can now talk about what our findings are. So it's early to determine what the findings are. For now, it's like data collection. We hear from this, we cross-check from that, and then now we can form an opinion.
Community Watch asuni ye hwe emia hodo manfo edi emia na ade hia won ho aka adwam asese wo sun eye asen dade so ye wo asen South District ye wo mfimfim mantam na esese wonum na hyebejani Reverend Collins John Intimfojo wo meboa wo musanse sukuu dan na nkwada ne tim no aye fidi e betimi adwiragu nkwada ne so akum wo mu ebrebia
Abra UTV nsɛtwerɛfoɔ ne asendadeɛ so hene ɛkasa mekyɛ nana kwaku afɔ ɔkyerɛ sɛ school no ɛdan a ne nkwadaa ne tim ɛyɛ nuadan a kuro na ankasa ɛna ɔmo bobɔ ɛde ɛma KG4 ɛne primary foɔ no nanso sese baabi aduro no nya deɛ ɛbɛboa wo mu enti ɛnam so ama adesua yɛ den de ama wɔ mo paa saa kuro yi ɛyɛ farming community ana wɔn mo wɔ hɔ akua na wɔn ɛdɔ ɛno ɛna ɔmo kyɛ sɛ wɔn mo basic school no deɛ sese nneɛma nhyɛ da ɛnkɔ yie ɛno nti ama ebinom koraa ɛyiyi wɔn ma ɛde wɔn kɔ school a ɛno ɛbɛnbɛn wɔn mo ensuo tɔ nkwadaa no ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn gya adesua no wɔn kɔ fie pɔn prɛkɔpɛ akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ so a wɔn kyerɛ deɛ no obi ani wa a wɔpɛ sɛ yɛde no ɛbɛto wɔ yɛde wɔn to a wɔn ɛmma
kegia kosi class 6 na siya na ban asi DHS aman enso na enua ntabo ne enebre tabo ne bi no ho ne de aye ya gi eto abatan member ne mani na digito na ya ma obi akopa enua de aman sisi enua ne bi ni ho sisi ababi anu a oboa ya enye adwuma sisi ensuo mu na pe teacher for no mo bre na awose omoma suka mofra ne be efie school dining na atete enua ni na so asai ya obi amoyen yakọ council yakọ for mpanifo no nyina nchen enso no omo de beba obi amoyen sese normal esiko no saba mamu amaboyen ni a school no sese ya bre ye daache wo Ghana mamu ne mpanimam na anya education na ne ehwe se education na ma mofra no so daache anya amoyen intimate mora nya ehiame titira me kasa no sisia no ama teacher for no kra no omo ba hakro omo ni nka school ni sene suo no emu apɛ ɔso omo kɔ bibi ne besi a ɔso omo kɔ because no man nyina se chance o den o yania ye de modern bond de to chance ya pa nua ye bia nso still no obi emu ayen intimi sramora obi adesem obi NGO fo mpanifo nyinara sisi aban omra no maboan
eno chi na UTV nsɛntwerɛfoɔ ɛne awofo no bi nso ɛkasa ayɛ ɛma wɔnom kyerɛ sɛ sese nneɛma mu ɔden nkwadaa no wɔn te bia mu wɔ school mu hɔ no deɛ ɛnkɔ yie ɛkɔba sɛ ya ɛma nwomesua ɛyɛ den ɛde ma nkwadaa yi ti wɔn bɛsrɛ sɛ mpanimfoɔ keka wɔn ho wɔn yɛ bibi papa bi ɛma wɔn
so school dan hwɛ da school dan ayɛ from class 1 to class 6 ni nyina nyɛ utim kɔ nso to a de teacherfo nso mu gyina nso na ɛkyerɛ adeɛ nso hwe ɔmo saa anya fine abatanfo na yi ɔmo ma ne nyina ɔmo bɛɛ population bɛɛ 100 a na ona ka bɛɛ 30 pe ne ko school a 70 ne nyina ɔmo ma ba abatanfo na yi ɔmo ma de bɛsra ɔmo ka bi ɔmo mpanifo no bɛsra mpanifo no ɔmo mo ayɛ
ɛsɛn ka teacherfo na ba a committee tile krom ya na ɔmo tile do ankɔla no ɛne sɛ yɛni headquarters bibia wɔ ha sɛ ntimi ɔmo ba ɔmo tete ne ya ɛna mo ba eti esi nya headquarters ni ade ɛwɔ ha no nya teacherfoɔ no tena kɔ mu kura ebetumi ama school no kura nkɔso kɔ tini akwani eti ɛsrama ala mo ayɛ
ntabo de sebi ke hu ye ke bon pontigo ne de magum na ntabo dan ne ye mani komisio mu ɛso mo pon ayo hite gusu atete ntabo na apro nkwa ne timo bi kwatu mi kufa ayiwo no no okɔ teacher ne ehuna no kɔfa sema ba ya yenkusiaga empitwa mu ha oti ha ya ehuna no ya dubiase debi otwam ha no onka se ye ho ya call education ya call council chese anama o se etu bia no enanom ni committee pu yetu aye hia moa nti yesra ban eni pelipo so man kasa mbrem no ma ye moa
wie na abusua ye gina asefim semi so na ya home so ye ba bongo di fara